nothing to do. Oh my god, I am so bored. Ah! So yeah, your face is pretty soft. We need to get out of here.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another edition of American Pickerman. This is season 6, episode 11, and here we are. Summer's burning, and not a great week here. I got a number of things to show you, yay, but nothing too exciting. Kind of a boring kind of a week, so this is gonna be kind of a boring kind of show unless I can pep it up, and that's not gonna happen real quick. Maybe the coffee will kick in. It's early morning. It's Monday morning here, June 30th or something, 29th. I don't know. End of June, 2015 or something. So I thought I was going to have a really good weekend. I went out there and I thought, man, it's going to be sale after sale, and there were a number of sales, but a lot of kids' clothing, a lot of women's clothing. That's mainly what it seemed it was this weekend. So I was happy, but in the end a little disappointed because I didn't get anything super cool. Just a bunch of stuff that I will share with you now. Let's start off with this thing. This is a ratchet set here, a little ratchet set, kind of a cute little thing, and I didn't buy it because I thought it was anything special, other than the fact that, well, I did buy it because I thought it was special, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it, right? It's because this is made by Shelton.
Bazinga!
Yeah, not that guy. Shelton. This is a Shelton early model. It's a little ratchet, and you can flip it, the little toggle over, and then it, anyway, you know what a ratchet does. Anyway, that's it. But the reason I bought it was because it says, Gift of truck marketing department, Ford division, Ford Motor Co. And so it's a promotional thing of some kind, or an award of some kind. So that's why I bought that for $1. I didn't see an exact match, but the Shelton ratchets like that go for around $15. So with it saying Ford on it, that makes it super special. So I think maybe $15.50. What else? Here, another, well, actually I don't know what I paid for this. I'm going to show you everything that I got from the same guy. I went out Saturday morning. I drove for 2.5 hours, didn't get anything, didn't hardly stop at a sale. Finally, well, no, see, I did stop at this guy's sale at 9 o'clock, but the sign said 10 o'clock, and he had everything covered, and it was roped off, and it was like, 10 o'clock? What time zone are you in? I thought to myself, or something similar. So anyway, and I thought, well, I'm just going to blow this off. So I went around, continued my route. And I thought, as I continued my route, there was nothing there. So I did wind up coming back to this place at about 9:45, and he was just pulling off his tarps and getting the place all opened, and so I was the first one in there. And thankfully, he kind of made my Saturday. If not for that, I'd be all crying right now, and he wouldn't be watching because I would have made a show. Anyway, so that I got from him. I spent $40 at his sale, and I got that ratchet, and I got this Zippo lighter. Nothing fancy, it's just a plain old Zippo. It's dated 2007, but it is unused, so I figure I can get maybe $10. I don't know if that's what a Zippo goes for these days. Also from him, I thought these were dexterity puzzles at first, but really there's nothing to do with them. They're all nursery rhyme characters, Humpy Dumpy, and he's got a couple of balls in there jingling around. But it's a rattle. It's a kid's toy. They're just like building blocks of some kind. So you got Humpty Dumpty. You got the Hickory Dickory Dock with a couple of balls rolling around. Old King Cole, a couple of balls rolling around. So I guess kids just love those. I don't know. They're made by, who is it? It's a name I remember. Stallwood Toy Manufacturing. And this is Stop Wiggling, he said. It's the cow jumped over the moon. Yeah. There. See. So a cute little set, but I can't find anything like it anywhere, so I have no idea. I'll say I paid $1 for those. He told me he was selling these keys for $1 a piece, but in the bundle, this afterwards I paid maybe 50 cents a piece for them. I think I probably paid $10 for this whole kit and caboodle here. So it's a bunch of skeleton keys. assorted ages and degrees of wear and tear and rust. But I'm thinking I'll break this into a couple of batches and maybe get 15 bucks per batch, so not too bad a find. What else did I get from that fine fella? Oh, got this. Got the Bates numbering machine. And actually on the back there was a Goodwill sticker on there that I hadn't noticed. So he paid $2 for this. I only paid $1 for it, I'll say. It's in excellent condition. Chunka, one of those things. Looks like it's barely been used in. Probably go for 20-25 bucks, and I guess I paid about $1 for that, sort of ish. Also, as I was leaving, I said, "Hey, you don't have any old Nintendo stuff?" And he said, "No, maybe." And his wife said, "Really? You can get rid of that?" Yeah. So he went back in the house and dug out a rather well-worn Super Nintendo system, and about 8 to 10 games there, the best of which were these. So I paid 20 bucks for that, and then 20 bucks for all the rest is how the negotiation actually went. So there's a Super Mario Kart, that's about 25 bucks right there. Street Fighter 2, that's easy 10 bucks, and Mortal Kombat 2, it's about 15 bucks. So there's all my money back on that. So, I mean, the console itself, even if I don't test it, it'll go for about 30, but I can't test it because I've got one of my own set up, and I'll just switch the plugs around, test it, and get about 40 to 50 bucks just for the console itself, and a few of the connectors. So, that was a good buy. Also, from the fella, picked up this giant key. The Jolly Green Giant will set off your table with golden corn and tender beans. The Jolly Green Giant is he. Look at how big that is. I thought it was a key. I thought it was just an ornate piece, but actually, as I looked into it, because it says the very exciting words of "in vino vita," which means the wine of life. I have no idea. I don't speak Italian for beans. Give me spaghetti. That's about it. So anyway, it's not actually even an ornate piece. Well, it is, but it's a bottle opener. So that was in with the keys. So I don't know, maybe like 50 cents for that. Might get 10. It's a nice looking piece anyway. And I think that was all I got from that guy. And then I took, here's just a couple other quick hits here. For $1 a piece, bought a couple of Game Boy Advance games. Super Mario 3, which was worth about 15 bucks, I guess, and Frogger Adventures, which is worth about the $1 I paid for it. So nothing spectacular there. Didn't think it was going to be anything spectacular, especially the Frogger. I thought that the Super Mario, which is usually a pretty good find, would do well, and it will. So I'll get my money out of that. For another $1, picked up this Minolta 6 little spy camera kind of thing. Oh, secret documents, must take photographs.
Sir?
Anyway, these start just going down in value. I thought they used to be like around 30. Now I'll be lucky to get a tenner out of that. So I may not spend money on those much anymore. Oh, here's another little something I got from the fella, the first guy I was talking about. This is kind of a waste of money here. This is Aquaman, Scourge of the Sea. It's a big little book, but can you smell that? Yeah, it's a little musty. It's a little stinky. It's a little yellowed. It's only from 1968. It looks like it's from about the 40s. Aquaman is not aging very well, but there is an Aquaman movie coming out via DC, not Marvel. Shame on me. Anyway, so I thought, let's take a stab in the dark. Maybe it'll go up in value as the movie approaches, which, comics usually do as movies approach. So anyway, so $1 for that, but maybe $5 at best with the stinkiness and all. Bought 4 of these for $0.25 a piece. These are Fire King, Sapphire, that's the color, Sapphire officially, mugs. And I when I first looked it up on eBay, one of these came up that sold for $212, and I'm like, holy crap in my pants, which I didn't, but
that's what Depend is all about.
And as I did more research, I found out these are not what I saw. Actually, very similar. This one has a thicker handle, more common, less valuable than the thinner one that I saw that is more rare and more valuable. So now I'm babbling, getting into babble mode here. Anyway, this is worth, I think I found out, maybe 20 bucks a piece. So still, for $0.25, 20 bucks any day of the week. And here's another scratch ticket. A guy had a whole stack of 45s that were in pretty beat up shape, and he wanted $1 a piece for them, and I thought, wow, that's kind of a lot for these beat up old buddies. But I looked through them. You know, he said he went to an antique store and saw that 45s were worth like $3 a piece. Well, most of them certainly are not. Anyway, I went through his stack. I mean, it was a large stack. It was a good foot tall there, and I went through it all, and I pulled out this one, the Pygmies Don't a Monkey with Tarzan. It's a garage band surf music kind of thing, kind of like the Shanties. Yeah, I don't know, Pipeline, you know, that kind of thing. Even though it's in a little wacky, little worn, wacky. It's wacky. Look at it. It's a little worn, but I did play it through on both sides. No skips, typical pops and noise and whatnot. I'm looking to get. So I paid $1 for that, and I've got it up for 25 bucks-ish, I think, and I think I can get that. So that's a good scratch ticket. That's a winner. For $3, picked up a Robo Sapien, which looks like this. And I got the remote as well. Now I haven't tested it. I know the Robo Sapien works because they had the batteries in there, and it woke up when I pushed the power button. But there are no batteries in the remote, so I couldn't actually test the functionality of the remote. I'm pretty certain it'll be just fine when I do put batteries in and test it. Paid $3 for the two of them. I'll donate the Robo Sapien to Goodwill or what have you, and sell the remote. I think these are still going for probably $20 to $25, so that's all right. So no jewelry, sadly, this week to show you, other than you saw the pins there. I don't know if I call that jewelry, bowling award pins. Your call is better than mine on that one. But this is all I got. A little piece of sterling. Here it is. Yeah, so it's a little worn, but it is vintage, and that'd be why it's worn. And I guess it's worn because somebody wore it. Anyway, there it is. I paid $1 for that, and probably get about 15 to 20 for that. And that's it for jewelry. For 50 cents, picked up this tray, this Las Vegas casino tray. I don't think it's an ashtray, just like a candy dish or a catch-all kind of dish. It looks like copper, but I don't know if it is or not. Don't really care. It doesn't really matter in the value of it. It is an older one. It has the Golden Nugget, the Horseshoe, the Lucky Strike, the Hotel Fremont, and the Mint on there. So most of those are up and gone. Good size, good little piece, but I'm guessing maybe $10 to $15 is all on that. For $10, picked up these 3 cameras. They were $5 a piece. I asked if she would take 10 for 3 of them, and she said sure, but not the Polaroid. Which I didn't want the Polaroid anyway. I wasn't sure about the model she had there, and I typically don't do well on Polaroids, except some of the older ones. But anyway, here's what I did get is a Kodak, a little Kodak here. This is a Jiffy, I believe it's called. So no value on that one, and not really. I might get $10 for it. And nextly, just throw that down. It's just the camera. Got this this old fella here. I don't remember what it's called, so I will try to read it. It's a Whitner Captain. Maybe $20 on that one. But the pick of the litter, the creme of the crop, was this Rolleiflex camera right here, which is in really nice condition. I'm not going to take it out of the leather case because it's just kind of awkward to get it out, and you can appreciate its beauty right here as it is. It is in pretty pristine condition, not perfect, but better than many I saw going on eBay for about $150 to $200. So problem is, and I don't know if it's a problem or if it's just how the camera operates, but the shutter button doesn't seem to activate the shutter when you crank it up, and it should advance the film that isn't in there. And you press the shutter button, but it doesn't do anything. But maybe this camera doesn't work properly when there isn't film in it. Maybe you can't depress the shutter button and have it work if there's not film in it. I don't know. In any case, even if it has a problem, I'm still thinking because of the condition, and for parts, I can get $150 for it, hopefully. If I find out that the shutter is okay, then it's probably more like about $300. So that is probably the find of the week right there. Cue music. Find of the week. For $10, picked up some easy money, a TI 83 Plus, but here's the problem. I don't know if you can see that or not, but battery left in there. What is with batteries these days, man? They leak so fast. I bought things from the 70s and the 60s that have batteries in it that are just perfectly fine, and you buy something that's maybe like 2 years old, battery leakage. It doesn't destroy it. It'll clean up just fine and be fine, I'm sure. Relatively sure, he said, hoping. And then, this will be worth like $40, $50. But batteries, man, they just don't last like they used to. So $5 for that, and then $5 for the pair of these cases that each hold a pair of Bushnell small little sporting binoculars. And I should get about $10 a piece for those. So not a super fine on the binoculars, but always good to pick up a TI-83 Plus. So there's that. Okay, we're going to go through these real fast because there's nothing here that's very exciting. Everything I'm about to show you is worth $10 to $15. Some of the larger books, which I'll point out, are worth about $20 to $30. But they're things that are probably going to sit in my store for a good length of time before they sell, and I keep reducing them. Anyway, I picked up all this stuff for $3, and it's all jazz guitar, blues guitar instruction books and whatnot. So, real quickly, the beginning jazz guitar booklet and DVD. Bob Crenshaw bass lines. Jerry Germont blues and rhythm and B, R&B bass techniques, blues in all keys, and these all come with DVD so far. Jamie Ebersol's jazz ear training. For those of you who have jazz ears. 101 blues patterns for a bass guitar. Bad to the bone licks, 101 of them. Blues licks, 101 of them. Turnaround licks, 101 of them. A jazz theory book, this is worth about $25 there. The Ultimate Jazz Fake book, it's got a bunch of standards in there for playing on your guitar or your piano or for your singing pleasure, and about $25 for that. So, and also this set of guitar, I don't know, is that Grimoire? Is that Grimoire? Or, I don't know, I'm going to say it's Grimoire guitar. Anyway, whatever it is, there's 3 of those books. I think that'll go for about $20 to $25 for the set. Elements of Music, which I think will probably go for about $10 to $15. The bass Grimoire, so hopefully 10 on that. And a couple of oldies, these are from the 60s. They're a little beat up. They don't stink, but they are yellowed, and I really don't know. I'll probably put them up as a pair for $10. So anyway, that's a lot of $10 and a lot of $15 for $3. Probably a couple $100 there, but going to take a while to get there. Also in with that box of stuff was this Pandora, Toneworks Korg Pandora, just a manual, and hey, manuals go, so I will try and get like 5 to 10 for that, just see what happens. And then take a look at this. Yeah, that was in the box also, and I have no idea what that is. So if you know what that is, and if it has any value, I'm going to hang on to it until I find out, what it is, and if it has any value, I'll sell it. If not, I'll donate it or toss it. But yeah, what the heck is that? Oops, just bumped into something that was back with that first guy that I spent the $40 at. It was underneath all those guitar instruction booklets and whatnot. This is Solar Basses, a game from 1968, worth about $10 to $15. So, a couple of weeks ago, probably more like a month ago or so now, I bought an Audio Technica USB turntable that wouldn't get up to speed. I thought perhaps the belt was worn on it, so I bought a new belt. Put the new belt on, and it still wouldn't get up to speed. So I don't know what the issue of it is. So I'm going to have to sell it for parts. I think I paid $20 for it, if memory serves. And I'll be lucky if I can get that $20 for it as a as-is sale, for repair or parts, whatever. So that was a loser in the end. Plus, I had to pay $10 for the belt. So what do? I buy another Audio Technica USB turntable. This one, I think it's unused. It's all wrapped up pretty tight in there, and I think it's unused. New, these still only go for like $100. If it's new, then maybe I'll get $100 for it, or 90, something like that. I paid 10 for it, so it's a pretty good find. And if it is brand new, that's great. If I take it apart and tear into it and find out that it's used, and I have to test it to make sure it works, then probably knock it down to 50. Still not a bad find, but really rolling the bones on these Audio Technica devices. Which I thought, because Audio Technica, I think, is a well-known brand name in audiophile type stuff, stereo equipment, whatnot. Good needles, good cartridges, so I thought, anyway. And I have sold some in the past, and now I'm rambling again. I guess that's because that's all I have to show you. My basement is getting, my wife is really getting mad at me. I've got to take some time and straighten this place out. Anyway, that is in fact it. So that's it. So stay tuned for updates on a few things that sold last week. I thank you once again for coming by and staying with me for these 6 years that we've been doing this. Have yourself a great week. Next week is 4th of July. Going to kind of mess up that weekend. I don't imagine there's going to be a whole lot of sales, but we'll give it the old college try, and hopefully we'll be back here in a week with another one. If not, see you in 2. Take care. See you next time.
Onto the auto! Great, now we're kidnappers! I'm sorry, I was just so bored! I know! I'm still totally bored!
I can feel my triangular awesomeness leaking out of my face!
I stole a pack of gum once.
Nobody cares, Triangle Lady! Listen, let's just drop them into a ravine and then light off a bunch of fireworks inside a church or something. That sounds lame, but whatever.
Hey,
What the?
am I cool yet?
Did you eat part of Triangle Man?
Now he's a part of me forever.
That is hilarious! Why did we never think of eating people? Oh my god, our whole week is set!
Yay, I'm awesome.